So the first style lesson is still from the Tiger King. Confidence is everything. I mean, just look at his hairstyle. He wears a mullet. If you watch one of my earlier videos, you know I rank that as one of the worst hairstyles out there. Yet, he wears it with confidence. He wears it with pride. He knows, yeah, some people aren't going to like it. Some people are going to judge him. I don't care. I'm going to wear it anyway. And that's what I like about Joe Exotic. He knows what he wants. He knows what a lot of people are thinking, yet he still does his own thing. He honestly doesn't care. He understands, hey, this is part of my brand. This is part of the image. This is part of my presentation. Now, I'm doing today's video to have fun, but gents, all jokes aside, this first point is key because so many of you all are not true to who you are. You have a style, you have an image, you have a vision of who you are, yet you don't dress that way because you know what? You're worried about what other people think, about what your girlfriend thinks, about what your family thinks, about what your friends are going to say. If all of a sudden you're dressing in a way and they are like, hey, why are you making us look bad? Why are you wearing that suit? Why are you wearing that street style? What is you in that color? How can you wear that jewelry? You just look off. Gents, you got to have the cojones. You got to have the courage. You got to have the strength to go your own way. At least Joe Exotic, yeah, we may make fun of the guy, but at least he had the courage to go with his own style. The next style lesson to steal from Joe Exotic, understand the power of a first impression. We make first impressions all the time, yet most of us fail to actually make an impression upon that person. Most of us, people forget who we are. We are not memorable. But when you meet Joe or you meet anyone out there that understands the power of presentation and they put that powerful presentation or that exotic presentation or maybe that mysterious look, women do this all the time. They understand the power of grabbing the eye with those visuals, with colors, with fragrance, with all the other things that can be used to basically make that powerful first impression. So one of my favorite tailors is Nudie Cohen. This is a guy that emigrated from Kiev, Ukraine over the United States, made his way out to Vegas and specialized in making very flamboyant, eye-catching suits. So Ronald Reagan, George Jones, Elton John, but most famously Elvis Presley used his suits basically to grab attention. And what Nudie said sticks with me. I'd rather be looked over than overlooked. Seriously, gents, so many of you don't have a distinctive look. You look like everybody else, and you rely on your talent, on your ambition, on your abilities to help you stand apart. But here's the thing, human beings are lazy, and they oftentimes don't see everything you've got. I know you've got great abilities, but don't shoot yourself in the foot by not dressing in a way that you can stand apart. Now, I'm not saying you got to go crazy, although my friend Jesse Cole does over at the Savannah Bananas. He wears this yellow tux, and he's got an amazing story of how he's built up that business, that baseball team, understanding it's the power of entertainment and presentation. You don't have to go that far, but I would recommend that you have something that's unique about you. It can be your fragrance. It can be a particular look. It can be a particular color. It can be a piece of jewelry. It can be a hat. Find something that helps you stand out from the crowd and leverage it. Now you may be saying, Antonio, can you be more specific? Well, of course I can. Let's look at Joe Exotic and those great looking shirts. Notice that he doesn't go with a regular white shirt. Now that's way too boring. Joe brings in the patterns. Joe brings in the colors. And you know what? It works for him. It works for what he's got. It works for basically, I'm not saying it's going to work with his complexion, but he understands again that he's a showman, that he wants something when people see him in that shirt. Oh my gosh, I am not going to forget that. I don't even know where you got that, but that thing is bright. That thing is amazing. Now, guys, I know you've got an opinion, and I want to hear from you down in the comments. Agree, disagree? What do you think about Joe's facial hairstyle? Should he change it up? Let me know down in the comments. Really quick, want to interrupt my own video here to let you know on Monday at 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. over in Germany, 2 p.m. over in the UK, 5 p.m. over in Islamabad, 5:30 p.m. over in India, 8 p.m. in the Philippines, 10 p.m. in Australia. Guys, I am going live and I want to see you. Down in the description of today's video, click on that link that goes over to the live video so you can set the reminder. Today I'm talking about, yeah, Joe Exotic. But guys, I take inspiration from a wide range of sources when it comes to style. Yes, I've got all the style books, but I love books like this because they talk about fantasy and they actually get into detail about the style. You learn about, hey, actually, can you bring something like this into your wardrobe? But I also get into the science. You guys know I love reading the studies, but I have fun pulling style inspiration from a wide variety of ways. And you guys can ask me those questions in a live environment. That's why I'm doing these live broadcasts on Monday. So I want to see you there. Again, click on the link down in the description to set the reminder so that we can engage, we can interact. These are not going to be made public. These are things that only, really people that want to learn about this stuff and deeper engage can attend. I've also got some really cool deals, which I'm going to make only available during that time period, and I hope to see you guys there. Another way to stand out, your jewelry. So let's look at Joe Exotic. Look at those earrings. Okay, maybe a little bit too much for some of you guys. How about with a fun belt buckle? Now, belt buckles, they come in a wide range, and you can find the very simple ones, or you can go with something, that really grabs attention, or maybe simply look at those necklaces. Now, necklaces, I know for a lot of guys, it's something that they don't want to wear a visible choker, like maybe what Joe does, but there are other more subtle necklaces that you can wear under, and even if nobody sees it, you know it's there, and you know it's part of your personal style. And let's not forget watches. Now, if you do a little bit of research, you can find out that Joe Exotic really likes this company called Levian, and he has this white ceramic with diamonds. Now, I'm not going to say this watch is really high quality. It's probably not using the best quality diamonds, and definitely the inner mechanics are not for watch collectors, but this watch does what it was intended to do, and that is to grab attention. When you see a guy at an exotic part wearing a watch like this, dressed in the way Joe Exotic is, you know that this is the guy that most likely owns the place. If you're looking and never met Joe Exotic, well before actually watching the Netflix series, you're like, okay, this has got to be the guy, because who else would dress like this except the eccentric showman, the man that is in charge. Now, what about headwear? Guys, I think that you should look to bring back the hat this summer. They're so functional, especially keeping that sun off of your head and helping keep you cool, oftentimes by 10 to 15 degrees. But when we look at Joe Exotic, this guy has a wide range from cowboy hats to just simply baseball caps to even wearing the do-rag. Now, as you know, there's a lot of bad examples in Tiger King, and one of the ones I wanted to bring to your attention is don't be super matchy-matchy. Now, I think this was all part of Carol Baskin's plan, but look at this combination right here. The shoes with the trousers, yeah, just leopard print on leopard print. This really doesn't work. I would have gone with tiger print with leopard print. That probably would have been a better combination, but agree, disagree, let me know down in the comments. Next up, let's talk about style rules, because Joe Exotic, he breaks a lot of the style rules, but you know what? You can break the style rules whenever you have the confidence, whenever you know who you are, and when you realize, honestly, you don't have to care about them if your confidence can carry you. And that's key, getting back to that earlier point. But here's the thing, is that most people, when they're getting started, they are uncertain. They don't know a whole lot about style. And that's who the rules, in general, the ones I prescribe to and the ones I put out there, are there for. The guy just getting started, because you're going to be up on stage and you want to be confident. You don't have to worry about, does this match and does that make a difference? Whenever you're going to be speaking to your boss and sitting down, you're questioning, okay, should I unbutton or keep my suit buttoned? So that's why those rules are there. Basically, to help you navigate those situations. But when you understand why the rules are there and you've got the confidence, you've been doing this for a while, all of a sudden you can throw those out the window, because it really, should you mix brown with black? Well, most rules are going to say no when it comes to leathers, but I'm going to say if you know that rule is there and no one's going to see your belt, or you don't really care because you got a little bit of black in your shoes and you think the black-brown looks good, then go ahead and break that rule and own it. And let's talk about being authentic. Very similar to confidence, but being authentic is actually taking the time to know who you are, to know what you stand for, and to basically create an image around it. You've got to have a uniform. You've got to have something that for you is the image of the successful man you want to be. And when you know what that looks like, and guys, this changes, it evolves. But whenever you start dressing this way, you are being authentic to yourself. And that's what I push and what I prescribe to and what I hope you're able to find. So what video to watch next? How about the best music video to ever come out of the great state of Oklahoma? I Once Saw a Tiger. Now, I will warn you, gentlemen, once you watch this video, you cannot unwatch it. But yeah, it is quite the video.